Hello Oracles! Well, we have a wild week ahead for Tesla stock as well as the entire macro environment. So tomorrow we are going to be having election day here in the US. It is my birthday. We are going to be having ladies night. We are going to be having Alexandra, aka Tesla Boomer Mama, on here, Jen Strahan and Eva McMillan. It's looking to be a very exciting evening. We are going to be discussing everything from Tesla to Twitter to Elon, maybe the elections. Don't know. We'll see if we want to get into politics. But it's going to be basically an open forum, so you guys are more than welcome to join us in the comments, and you guys can ask all the questions that you want down there. And tomorrow just happens to be a full moon, which is also going to be a blood lunar eclipse, which will be the last one that we see until 2025. So it's going to be a very exciting day tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we are going to be getting our CPI data, that is the Consumer Price Index, that is going to tell us what we have for inflation. I've been saying for the last few months, I am looking forward to actually seeing a 7 in the front of this number. Hopefully this time around we will actually get that. This will give us an indication as to whether the Fed is going to go a little bit higher with their interest rates next time around or not. There's a lot of other factors that go into it. This is not the only piece of data that they look at, but this is one of them. And this week we may also get some production numbers coming out of China to see what Shanghai produced for the month of October. So lots of interesting information that we could be getting this week, so very much looking forward to that. If there's anything else that you guys know that is coming out for either the macro environment or Tesla specifically, please share it down in the comments below. So we also have a lot of drama obviously still going on over in Twitter. That just seems to be the headlines right now, is everything about what Elon is doing over at Twitter. Tesla's kind of taken a back seat, which honestly with some of the FUD that's been out there may not be a bad thing, but unfortunately because it's Elon, Tesla feels the ill effects from this. So we've got a lot of different things going on over in Twitter. We'll discuss some of it tomorrow. Looks like Kathy Griffin tried to impersonate Elon over there, so he has suspended her account. And of course, in Elon fashion, saying that this is going to be free speech. He's like, hey, you know what? Her account can be re-enabled. That's not a problem. She just has to pay $8. And now this isn't just Elon coming out and just suspending accounts at will just to make people pay $8. This actually has bigger implications when it comes to parody accounts, because he had already mentioned that if there is going to be an account out there that is a parody account, they need to make sure that they clearly state that, because there's a lot of misinformation that comes out. Think about like the Gordon Johnson parody account that's out there. Sometimes these guys and these people who are presenting these parody accounts do such a good job, some people believe them. So we need to make sure that they are clearly denoted that they are parody accounts. And in this case here, Kathy Griffin was trying to impersonate Elon, and people did not know that, because when you first look at it, if you don't actually go in to see that it's at Kathy Griffin, you would have not known. So this is something that Elon is trying to prevent, and he said that in the future, if people are going to change their names, they can still keep their blue checkmark and verification, but they will have that blue checkmark temporarily taken away from them just so they can go through that re-verification process. So Elon is standing true to this, and I'm really looking forward to what he's going to be doing on the platform over there so that we can get this content on multiple platforms like that. So very much looking forward to that. But again, there's still all of that drama that's still going on over there. So while the original Twitter overhang has lifted from Tesla at the moment, there's now the next question, which a lot of people had, was how distracted is Elon going to be? He did say in his interview with Ron Barron that he's now working about 120 hours a week between Tesla and Twitter, and he did confirm that he's still focused very much on Twitter. He was at Palo Alto right before he flew out to meet with Ron Barron, so it's not like he's not working on Tesla. He's just working on both. It's a lot of hours. But he did say that should be short-lived. He's going to be getting a team put in place, and running Twitter should be easier to run than SpaceX or Tesla, so he's not going to have to touch it. It'll be very much like a Neuralink or a Boring Company, where he does very little actually with the company. He's more of a figurehead, and that's it. So I think that's what we are going to be looking forward to in the future. It may just take a few months until Elon can get to that point. So Troy Teslike over on Twitter had mentioned how Tesla might actually be getting rid of the Model 3 long range and performance here in the US because of the EV tax credit. The EV tax credit is not going to apply to either one of those vehicles because they have to hit that $55,000 threshold and be that or below. So unfortunately, neither one of those are going to be at that level, and for Tesla to take a price hit on those is not going to be worth it. So we may see the cancellations going on, or maybe Tesla has some bigger plans and they're going to be dropping the prices on all of their vehicles in 2023. Do not know, but as of right now, based upon the information that we are seeing, it doesn't make any sense for Tesla to have the Model 3 long range or performance out there, because once the Model Y gets the EV tax credit, the Model 3 long range and performance will not be able to compare to the pricing. So to compare the two, the Model Y right now is coming in at about $67,000. So you're going to take $7,500 off of that, and you're right around that $60,000 mark. With the Model 3 performance, we're looking at right around $63,000, and that will not qualify for the EV tax credit, so you'd end up paying $3,000 more for your Model 3 than your Model Y. That does not make any sense. So in order for Tesla to be able to qualify for that EV tax credit, they would have to drop the price of that Model 3 performance by about $8,000. And that is the very base model. So if anybody wanted to add anything onto it and get one of the higher end trims, they would not be able to qualify because that would push them over the threshold. So in order for Tesla to really realize all of the EV tax credit for the Model 3 performance, they would have to drop that vehicle price by probably $10,000 to $12,000 just so that the majority of people would be able to qualify for that EV tax credit. So that really does not make any sense. So we'll see what Tesla ends up doing with pricing. We do know that Elon had said in the past that he thinks that their prices are embarrassingly high. Maybe they end up coming down on all of the prices of all of their vehicles come next year, and this way all of them will be able to qualify. Not sure on that yet, but based upon what Troy Teslike had said, sounds like realistically we may end up seeing that Model 3 performance also go away, just like we saw the Model 3 long range get removed from the ordering page back in, I believe it was August. And so when it comes to Elon's grand plan of having the Model Y being the best-selling vehicle in the world by 2023, we are already starting to see very good signs of that right now. And if the Model 3 ends up going away, the Model 3 wasn't really much of a vehicle that was cannibalizing the Model Y, but we are already starting to see the effects of it with the EV tax credit. So with less people purchasing that Model 3 performance and long range next year, that means more people will end up purchasing that Model Y, thereby pushing that even higher in sales. So we may very well see the Model Y being the best-selling vehicle in the world next year. And I personally think that timing-wise, this is going to be ideal because based upon what Elon had been saying and a lot of the rumors that we're hearing and what we have been talking about on here for the last year is 2024, we are most likely going to be seeing a lower priced vehicle, something in that under $35,000 range, maybe around $30,000. It really just depends on what the costs are looking like at the time. But we are most likely going to be seeing that in 2024. So as the Model 3 kind of gets shifted off to the wayside a little bit, we are going to be seeing that new compact car come in, or whatever they're going to call it. I have a feeling they're going to come up with some sort of platform. They have talked about platforms before, is you get this base platform of the vehicle, and you can do all sorts of different configurations on top of it. Makes it much easier for manufacturing. So I have no doubt we are going to see that. We'll probably end up seeing different factories around the world producing their own version of that vehicle based upon that platform. We sort of see that right now with the Model Y, especially with, Germany has their own different colors that they're coming out with. Elon does like to have all of the factories around the world have their own version of it, kind of makes it their own. You get a lot more buy-in from the factories and from the workers knowing that that is their vehicle. They're not just doing a copy paste from everyone else. They have their own iteration of it. So I think we're going to see the same thing with that lower priced vehicle when it comes out in 2024. So now at that point, when the Model 3 is going to be getting to that point where it's like, we've been around for a while, we're kind of in the middle here. It will still be a vehicle I have no doubt that they will produce, but now we will have that lower priced vehicle coming in, and that will cannibalize some of the Model 3, but the Model Y will still hold strong. So we'll have the best-selling vehicle in the world of the Model Y, and then the new version of the best-selling vehicle in the world coming out afterwards in 2024, and who knows when that is going to actually eclipse all of the Tesla models, but that is what Elon did tell us on the earnings call, that this new lower priced vehicle is most likely going to outsell all of their models combined. So that clearly would put it in the best-selling vehicle category in the future. We will see when that plays all out, but it seems like this is kind of the trend that we are looking at going forward. And then of course, don't forget, we do have the Cybertruck coming out next year as well. So a lot of exciting times coming up going forward. And unfortunately, we just happen to be in a macro environment where the economy and the entire world are not doing well financially. So we are going to be seeing suppressed stock prices, which again, for me, I am okay with because that just means I can buy more for less. I have no doubt we are going to be getting a parabolic move in the stock price within the next 3 years. The timing of that, I think, will just come down to how soon we will end up pulling out of this financial situation that we are in. That is all. Again, just a lot of data that I'm following when it comes to the macro environment because Tesla truly cannot run until we get out of this. That's just the facts of it. You have to accept that. I would love to see the stock run to the moon right now. realistically, it just isn't going to happen until we get ourselves to a better place with the entire economy. And so as of the time of this recording, we are up about 1% pre-market. Crypto has been falling over the weekend, but not by a lot. It was more Dogecoin than anything. I think we had some euphoric excitement from Elon buying Twitter because he has been such a proponent of Dogecoin and talking about how he's going to be using it for tips over there. I have no doubt it is going to get integrated in the future into this. We are just awaiting whatever confirmation there is, but clearly Elon has a lot of other things on his plate over at Twitter at the moment, but I have a feeling we will end up hearing about this down the road. This is why I have been adding $1 every day to Dogecoin. It's not a lot. I don't want to have a lot of my portfolio in crypto. Right now it's around that 8% mark just because we saw that run, but I want to be invested in it because if we do end up getting that confirmation, this could be very good for crypto and Dogecoin. So I have a few different coins myself. I've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, ADA, and I've got SHIB just because, well, you know, it's going to ride the coattails of Doge. Otherwise, that is all I have, but seeing that coming down over the weekend tells me that the market may be a little unsettled, but I really kind of follow Bitcoin when it comes to the market, and Bitcoin has come down a little bit. Not anything major, but a lot of uncertainty this week, as we had just said, between the elections, the CPI data, the full moon and the eclipse, which always play with people's emotions and stuff. So we have a wild week ahead of us, most likely. And of course, now that I'm saying this, we'll probably have an extremely boring week when it comes to the stock market. But I'm just saying it right now, knowing with the information we have coming out, probably going to be some uncertainty, and uncertainty always leads to a lot of red in the market. So we will see that going on this week. Not sure what's going to happen. You guys can let me know in the comments below what you think is going to happen. Also, let me know in the comments below if you guys have any questions you want to ask the ladies tomorrow evening. If you guys are on the live stream, great. If you guys cannot make it, go ahead, put the questions down below. I will write them down in my notes and we can discuss them tomorrow. And so because of the fact that we are going to be looking at potentially a sideways market for the next year, I know that Tesla fudge is what we talk about all the time. Fudge, for those of you guys who are newer to the channel, is when there is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, grab extra. So that is what I like to do. This is what we have talked about. And thank you to you guys. And I apologize, I cannot remember who actually came up with the get extra part at the end. I had come up with something myself and somebody else said it better, so we ran with that. So I apologize who it was, but whoever you are, thank you so much for that idea. But we now have some merch for sale that says I heart TSLA fudge, and I have those shirts available down in the description below. If you guys are interested, you can check them out down there. And I'm definitely looking for some feedback on them. This is my first time doing any of this merch for just the channel specifically, so let me know what you guys think, or if there's anything else that you guys would like to see. Totally open to a lot of suggestions from you guys, just because I've never done it before, so I'd like the feedback. And on tonight's video, I will be able to get on here and show you guys what they look like as well, but again, that link will be down in the description. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, we do have a membership program and a Patreon. Those links are also down in the description. With those two, depending on what level you are in at, you will be getting a discount of a different level on all of that merchandise I was just speaking about. I do share all of my price targets now through 2033. I do have my production forecast, my valuation model, and then all of my income, investments, and expenses, so you guys can see how I manage my money to be able to invest more into Tesla stock. And I will be getting a spreadsheet put together to show everyone in there what all of my portfolio looks like as well, so you guys can see what I am investing in. Thank you so much. Have a great one.